Okay, welcome back to the Intervention channel. This is part 4 of Into the Lion's Den. I have just gotten done describing the program to David by way of my own experience, and I showed him pictures. I have 8x10 color pictures of beautiful angles of the program, so I give him some reality on what it is, not just it's this rehab somewhere. And this is a mistake that families will make, is they don't make any kind of a pitch. They just will say, well, you need to go to rehab, you need to get, you need to get treatment, you need to get better. Who the hell wants to buy that? Who wants to buy a house they've never seen? So I showed him pictures. They had pictures of the pool. They had pictures of the hot tub. They had pictures of the weight area. They had pictures of the rooms. They had pictures of the course room. Had some pretty girls in there. They had pictures of the pond, pictures of different things. So I showed him pictures and told him that, there's no locked doors. You can go. If you hate the place, you can leave, which is true of any program. Always make sure the person knows that he can leave. This will churn the stomachs of parents everywhere to even begin to think about saying this, because they don't want their child to leave. But the best way to keep them there is to make sure they know they can leave. It's the irony of it, the sort of a dichotomy, that in order to keep a person somewhere, you don't imprison them there. Don't make them feel imprisoned. That's just going to make them want to leave. Make him want to leave. So anyway, so I showed him the pictures. I told him my story, and I said, it's just a drive down there, and just, Mary wants you to give it a couple weeks. I already met with your family. They're willing to pay for it, and that's it. We can just go. You can bring your shit with you. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it, but I'm not treatment. I'm not detox. So that was another lesson. He was free to use whatever the hell he wanted to. I mean, I'm not going to police him. That's like the worst idea in the world, is to try to watchdog an addict before he goes into treatment and try to get him to stop using. If you're going to try to do that, just kick yourself, please. Just, do not police or watchdog an addict prior to him going into treatment, other than moving things forward for him to get there. I do not encourage people to use, but I certainly allow for it because I know better. I'm an addict. I was an addict, so if the person's going to use, I just don't want to see it. I want to know about it, and don't get me arrested. Don't get yourself arrested at a friggin' airport if we have to go through an airport. Now with David, we didn't have to go to any airports. So I'll tell you, he, without any letters from the family, without any ambush, without him having to confess anything, I had him in agreement easily by the time he went back to Mary. From our conversation, from her introduction to our conversation, to him looking at the reality of the program, the pretty pictures, everything, and the lightness, the lightweight nature of my request, just go give it a shot, he went right back to Mary and said, yeah, okay. So she said, okay. And she didn't hug him. He was gross, but she sort of held his hand and she said, call me when you get there, okay? Call me as soon as you get there, which is just beautiful. I mean, it just put a nice urgency on things. And so she left, and then it was David and me. I said, the sooner we get down there, the sooner you can call her and let her know that you're there. So I'm not gonna pressure you, but do you have luggage? Yeah, I got luggage. Okay, just pack like you're going to camp. If you need anything else, your family can mail it to you or whatever. Just, you're just going to go down there like you're going to camp, right? For a week. Bring a nice coat. Gets a little chilly at night. Bring some tennis shoes, and he, can I bring my laptop? Like, sure. And that's my answer. This is another thing, another lesson learned from this intervention. They can bring anything, whether or not he can keep it. I mean, he could bring anything, bring his laptop, bring his cell phone. Whether or not he can keep it is another story, but at least it gets us down there. So I didn't lie and say that he couldn't have it, but they keep it in the safe. The reality of this one was that they keep it in the safe, and he wants access to it. They can let him use it in the office. Let him use his cell phone in the office to retrieve numbers, that kind of a thing, but he can't take it back to his room to watch porn or something. So, they have to manage a group, or to make, to arrange meetings behind the tool shed with, some Anyway, they typically, treatment centers will not allow people to use cell phones. Some of them do. But anyway, in terms of this story, David began to pack, and here's another lesson learned. As a meth addict, I understand this, but if you're not a meth addict or haven't been a meth addict, then you don't. I'll tell you, it took him 9 hours to pack. All right? I get it. He was spun out, man. Not in his right mind, a little paranoid, but he had fairly smooth edges. It wasn't that bad. But it took him 9 hours to pack. So as long as the person is packing, here's my rule of thumb, and this began, again, at this very first intervention I ever did. As long as he's moving forward, just take as long as he wants. Take 2 days if he wants, as long as we're moving along. Well, 2 days, maybe not 2 days, but, well, I've had people pack for that long. I mean, it was an interrupted process for doing various compulsory and covert activities inserted in there. But anyway, as long as things are moving along, I don't trip, but parents and family members, they trip, they'll be like, come on, let's go. What's taking so long? And all that does is create problems. It just creates ridges. It just creates antagonism, and you're going to get that back, and then you may even lose the whole intervention just because you're bugging the guy to pack more quickly. So don't. As long as he's packing, you can help him by maybe doing laundry. Do you need me to get you? Let's go to get some toiletries. Everybody likes toiletries, new toiletries. Everybody likes a new razor, a new toothbrush, new toothpaste, new little toiletry bag, right? That's always nice to get that. So spend a little money on maybe a couple new clothes and new sweats, different things. And so I'm just going to tie off on this because 9 hours later, he was packed. I had him in the car. We stopped a couple times. He did whatever he did in the bathroom, and I didn't have to see anything, using. And he was happy as a clam. I remember him smiling with the wind in his hair. The top was down. He had my dog in his lap. And we didn't have to do any letters. We didn't have to do any confrontations. I've never confronted an addict, by the way, in all the years I've done interventions. And I just want to say, lesson learned, an intervention is what you make it. Your story, the story of the addict you're trying to help is yours to write. And if you hire me or somebody like me, it's mine to write, ours to write as a team. Every intervention is different. Okay, some involve letters and grouping together and all of that. None of them involve confessions of what the person is doing, and I've never confronted anybody. But do what you think is going to work. That's what I did on my first intervention, and lo and behold, David did really well. Okay, well, that's it for Into the Lion's Den. Thank you for watching. This is the Intervention Channel. My name is Steve Bruno. Click next. Shop around for some other subjects that appeal to you or that might be relevant to you. If you're a professional, please click subscribe. If you'd like to read the story, Into the Lion's Den, you can buy my book. It's called More Than Hope. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. I think it's like $7 on Kindle, $15 as a paperback. If you'd like to ask a question, you can ask me directly on my website, which is stevebruno.com. My phone number is there. You can text me, write to me, call me, text me, so make sure I have time. But the best place to ask a question is below in the comments section where everybody can see the answer. So I've put links to the book, links to my website down below, and I really appreciate your coming and visiting the Intervention Channel. I'm Steve Bruno, and thanks again for watching.